we are gonna start this morning. We're gonna go on just 2 red and a yellow this morning. Ball is gonna set up right in between the inner thighs, and we're gonna begin here with just toes on the bar. Send yourself all the way out, and then just begin to dip and lift your heels underneath the bar, and then bend and stretch the legs. So we're just alternating between heels under and up, and then knees bend and stretch. And there's just gonna be a little bit of negotiating that you might have to do with your ball. So I just moved mine a little bit higher than the inside of my knee, so I'm more on my inner thigh. It feels a little less like my knees are getting in the way. And again, we're just going nice and light to start here this morning. So we're not tempted to grip the shoulders up into the shoulder blocks. And so we can really focus on how that connection in to those inner thighs and core muscles can help us just stay a little easier in the neck and the shoulders. We're going to take about 2 more of these little alternating dips and lifts. And then a last one. We're gonna just take bend and stretch now. So just maintain the heels at about a medium lift and just actively give yourself a light hug in on that ball as you stretch out. It feels like, at least for my body, that I have to kind of wait to the end to give my ball that active squeeze. Otherwise, it feels like my knees are rocking in just a little bit too much. So just find that squeeze in on the ball when it feels good for you. And again, try to find that hug starting from the very upper part of that thigh. Great, we're gonna take 4 more, just like that. And 3. And 2. And now we're just gonna hold that carriage in about halfway. Just lift and lower your heels. Great, so carriage stays stable. And just lifting and lowering. Lifting and lowering. You got it, we have 5. And 4. 3. And 2. And 1, hold the heels up. You're gonna squeeze the ball in for 10, in for 9, in for 8, in for 7, in for 6, 5, 4, good, 3, 2, 1, relax the carriage all the way in home. Great. Take the ball out from in between your inner thighs for a second and just allow yourself to rock from side to side. You'll move to the heels next. And you'll be about hips width distance parallel. Ball goes in between your hands this time. You're gonna find heels of the hands or palm of the hand making contact the most. And you're gonna, again, just begin to take bend and stretch. And I just want you to add a light hug in on that ball with your arms. And trying to find the same feeling or the same initiation from the root of where your arm starts. That's what's squeezing in on the ball. So I'm actually trying to peel my shoulders a little wider, and almost as if I was trying to draw the tips of my shoulder blades across my back towards one another. And that's what I'm feeling like is squeezing in on the ball. And if for any reason this is starting to build up tension in your neck or in the tops of your shoulders, just ditch the squeeze and just simply hold the ball above your chest. You can also play around with bending your elbows a little bit more. Sometimes just softening those elbows down towards your ribs will help keep the tension out of the neck or the shoulders. All right. Ball squeeze stays, again, if it's working for you. And we're just gonna start to add a march. So one leg comes to table, and then alternate, other leg comes to table. One leg comes to table, and other leg comes to table. Great. Exhale, press. Exhale, press. We have 4 and 3 and 2. Good, last one here. You're gonna hold one of those legs in tabletop, and now you're gonna thread it underneath the bar. Hold it long and just bend and stretch, keeping that leg elongated underneath that foot bar for 8. Good, squeeze the top of your thigh, see if you can engage your glute as well. 4, keep stretching through that leg. 3, ooh, little top of the thigh working. 2, and then switch it to the other leg. Reach that opposite leg underneath the foot bar, lengthen through the legs, squeeze the booty, and extend and stretch. And stretch. Good. And again, ball is wherever it's working for you. Good. Hugging in between those hands if it's helping for 4. And 3. And 2, we're gonna close up the carriage here. Last one, close it all the way. Excellent. Release that ball from in between your arms. And again, just give yourself a little gentle side to side. Okay, stay on the heels. Move the ball back in between your inner thighs. Make sure your headrest is down, and we are gonna do a little bit of bridging here with the ball. Hug in on your ball and begin to press down through your feet, rising your hips up. And then slowly releasing right back down. I want you to feel like the trajectory of your thighs and your knees are going away from you. So you're trying to pull that ball across and over the top of that foot bar as you come up. Again, check in with the shoulders, check in with the neck. Another option for any kind of tension that might be being held in the shoulders is to actually just hold on to the shoulder blocks themselves. So you reach your hands behind your shoulder blocks, gently squeeze it on your ball, pressing up, and then reaching right back down. So just keep playing around with that arm position. Good, pushing down through the feet. And right back down. We'll just do 2 more, pressing up. And back down, final time, pressing up and back down, lower all the way. Okay, final little moments here. Stay on your heels for the last time. Push the carriage out about halfway, maybe 3/4. And I'm gonna have us do a single leg extension. So you're gonna pick one leg to extend, squeeze in on that ball, and you're just gonna hug in for 10. Hug in for 9. You're just holding on to that spring tension in the standing leg as we hug and squeeze the ball. 4, 3, 2. Now you're just gonna pulse your carriage, pulsing your carriage out for 8. Out for 7. Keep that leg long. 6. Squeezing on that ball. 5. And 4. 3. 2. 1. Gently place that foot back down to your bar. Other side, extend that leg. Simply squeeze the ball. No carriage movement for 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. Hold that squeeze in. 2 more. Hold it in. Pulse the carriage for 8. 7. 6. 5. Keeping that ball nice and hugged. 4. 3. 2. 1. And release everything back down into your platform. Excellent. Release the ball. And we're going to bring ourselves all the way up. So let's adjust our springs to 1 blue next. I'm going to go ahead and step up 1 foot platform, 1 foot carriage. And we're going to begin with a simple side split. So both legs are going to begin long and straight. And I'm just going to gently reach my fingertips down towards the ground. Good. Roll shoulders down and back. Feel the fingertips eking their way down towards the floor. And just keep that sense of length from the side of your neck down through the tops of your shoulders as you reach your arms down, sliding the carriage open, and then just resisting coming right back in. So you're just trying to activate some of those muscles that are underneath the armpit here to just slide the tension away from the tops of the shoulders and start to hold with some of those muscles underneath the armpits. If it helps you to give a little hug underneath your arm as well, as if you were squeezing your arm against the side of your body, sometimes that also helps. Activate some of those side body muscles, activating the lats. And again, you're adding on any of this arm work that feels like it's assisting in decreasing tension in your shoulders, and you're just leaving behind anything that doesn't. All right, we're gonna take 2 more just like that. Reaching out. And reaching out. Very nice. We're gonna externally rotate here. So toes are gonna fan slightly open. Heels are gonna come slightly towards one another. I'm gonna have you push your carriage open about halfway. Arms still reach down by your sides. I'm gonna slide my hips and my back down an imaginary wall. And then push through both of my feet to rise right back up. I'm just holding my carriage stable. Inhaling down. Exhaling up. Inhaling down, so just a little stationary squat here and reaching right back up. Again, keep lengthening through those collarbones, opening the shoulders. We'll take just 4 more here. And 3. And 2. Good. Now last one, I'm going to have you hold down. Squeeze hands together, bring those thumbs close to your chest. You're going to imagine you're trying to wrap those shoulders open around your back and lightly push underneath those armpits. Okay, now I'm going to bring my weight all the way towards my platform leg, keeping that little bit of fan open in my thighs, and I'm going to move my carriage out and in. Good, so it's a little skater with external rotation. That's it. Keep actively trying to pull those shoulders open. Reaching long. Soften the neck. Keep connecting into those low abs. So try to actively pull navel in as if you were making a little space in between you and your leggings. Pushing out. Good, we're gonna take 4. 3, 2, 1, and then gently stand all the way back up. Slide the carriage open about halfway once more. And once again, take it down and up. We're gonna take 8 of these. Down and pressing right on up. Inhale down, exhale up. Good, inhale down, exhale up. Inhale down, exhale up. Nice, so we're gonna repeat the same thing we did, just skating from our platform leg instead of our carriage leg. So in 2 more, we're gonna stay down just as we did before. Last time, stay down. Hands find the heart. Squeeze those shoulders around your sides without moving your carriage yet. Just shift your weight towards your carriage. Okay, nice. You'll notice that your platform leg is a little bit more extended. Keep your body weight over on the carriage as you slowly slide the carriage in. And then you're gonna push with that platform leg, keeping your body cemented over this carriage side. Nice, this takes a little bit more mind and body connection. Yes, good. So I feel like my whole self is a little bit of a statue and I'm just staying stable right over that carriage side. Lightly, again, hug those arms against your own body to create a little bit of stability as you move that carriage. We're gonna take 3 more. And 2 more. Very nice. Last one. And then I'm gonna have us gently take a step all the way down to the floor here. We got a little mermaid in between sides, guys. Feel free to lift yourself up on a small box or a cushion if you need. And you're gonna gently push that hand away from the foot bar. I'm gonna practice just softening that bottom shoulder down my back as I reach and stretch over. Good, hold here for a second and see if you can use your own little mental connection to just pull that bottom shoulder down away from your ear, let it just sink down in space, and then keep it there as you rise yourself right back up. So it's just a little moment to, again, practice melting the tension away from that bottom shoulder. Reaching over. And then resisting right back up. Good. Just making space in this side body. And coming right back up. Beautiful. A couple more just like that. Up and over. And right back up. 2 more. Up and over. That's it. 1 more time. Up and over. Great. We're going to adjust that leg position here to that Z sit. So the leg that's closest to the shoulder blocks is going to unfurl, and you'll shift your shin closer to your shoulder blocks here. So you've got one leg bent in front, one leg bent to the back. We're going to add a little spinal rotation here. So go ahead and place both hands wide to that foot bar. Again, soften your shoulders down. Go ahead and lengthen your body away from that foot bar. Good. Notice at your full extension, did you grip into your neck, or can you melt your shoulders wide? And then keeping your arms straight or straight-ish, you're gonna lift your chest to come up, again, melting the tension away from your neck and your ears. Pushing away again. Giving yourself a moment to check in with the space around your earlobes, and then melting your way right back up. Once more, allowing those ribs to rotate and open. Very nice. We got last 3, just like that. Last 2, keep those elbows soft, especially if, again, any of that tension is building up into the neck. 1 more time. And then returning all the way back up. Nicely done. Okay, great. We're going to repeat the whole standing series to the other side. So let's find our way back on up to platform land. 1 foot platform, 1 foot carriage. Begin with your feet as close or as far apart as you like. We are parallel to begin. And I'm going to once more reach my fingertips down towards the floor. Gently wrap my shoulders across my back, lightly hug my armpits in to start to activate those lats, and just begin to reach those legs apart, and then pressing those legs back together. Good. Blue Spring is fairly supportive. So I want you to think about the work on both directions. You're adding your own level of resistance as you move the carriage open, and then you're adding your own level of resistance as you try to keep that carriage from sliding in too quickly. Pushing against something with those outer thighs, and then actively pulling those 2 carriage and platform edges together. Reaching open. And back up. We're just going to take 2 more. 1 more time. You're in charge of how far that carriage goes. All right, moving to that external rotation. Go ahead and rotate toes and knees to face slightly outward. Move the carriage about halfway. Keep the carriage stable. Lower lift for that little standing squat for 8. Good, and 7. See if you can keep peeling that chest open, lightly squeezing your bra line together across your back. And just let the weight of your arms hang. Good, we have 4. We're gonna come into that little skater in 3 more. It's coming from the platform to start. So the next time you come down into your squat, you'll hold. Beautiful. Let's take hands to the heart again. Wrap the shoulders open without moving your carriage. Just shift your weight towards your platform. Good. Keep it there and move your carriage out and in with your side leg for 8. And 7. And 6. Check in with the neck. And 5. Lightly pushing down into that standing heel. 4. The one that's on your platform. 3. And 2. Good, last one. And then bring that carriage all the way up. We're gonna repeat that standing squat. So again, Check in with the shoulders, move the carriage in about halfway, and then lower lift for 8. So we're pressing down through both legs, inhaling and exhaling. 7, 6, and 5, and 4. We're gonna stay low in 3, transferring the weight towards your carriage. 2 more. Here we go. Last time up here, holding it low, shift your weight towards your carriage leg. Don't move the carriage just yet, just shift your weight, hold there. Good, wrap the shoulders open, keep that body over the carriage as you start to move your platform leg, allowing the carriage to come in, and then moving your entire self out with that carriage. Good, challenge is to try not to kick the foot out from underneath you. Great. So I'm really thinking about just rooting my heel through my squishy carriage down towards the floor. Allowing my head, my shoulder, my hip, my knee, my foot travel all in one piece. Great job, guys. We have 2 more. Last one. And then gently close up the carriage. Beautiful. Gently make your way all the way down. We're gonna come into our mermaid. Okay, so if the crisscross legs worked for you, use it. If not, once more, find the position that's gonna be good for you. And square your body up, facing towards the side. Single hand to your foot bar. Begin to arc up and over. And just on this first one, give yourself a second to check in with your shoulder underneath you. See if you can actively melt that guy down. Allow your neck to release, and then soften your way right back up. And try to find that every time, no matter how fast or slow you're going. You can also think about just a gentle tuck of your chin towards your chest. Sometimes that helps to just release a little bit of that tension in your neck. Reaching over. And right back up. Reaching over. And back up. Great, one more time. Spaciousness in that upper body. Excellent, all right, adding in the twist. So unfurling your leg closest to your shoulder blocks. Allow both hands to find your foot bar as wide as you need, having as much softness in your elbows as you need. Push yourself away, find that length across your back. And then melting your way right back in. Beautiful. Trying to think about your arms staying long-ish. So we're thinking less about doing a push-up action and we're thinking more about just a lower and a lift of our chest. And you're using as much softness in your elbows as you need to once more just melt any of that tension away from your neck and your shoulders. Okay, 2 more of these little spiral mermaids here. Last one. And right back up. Lovely. So from here, I'm gonna have us move into a down stretch. In this first one, I'm gonna have us take hands to the bar. Your knees are gonna stay underneath your hips. And I'm gonna have you take your hands a bit wider than your foot bar. This first one is gonna feel a bit like a preparation, and then I'll let you move and flow as needed. So I'm gonna first spiral my triceps in towards my sides, and I'm actually gonna softly bend my elbows a little bit so I can feel my shoulders pulling down my back. And I'm gonna take a hand hover. So I'm gonna push down into one of my hands and just hover the other hand off, and then switch to the other side. And my goal here is to feel my shoulders getting wider. Great. And I can place my knees and my carriage wherever feels good. Right now I have it in a place where it feels like I can just kind of forget about it. I don't have to worry about holding a plank or anything. And I'm just taking these single arm floats. Great. My mind's eye is connected to the hand that's pushing into the foot bar. So the more that you can push down into that bar, hopefully the more you can feel the back side of your arm and your lat work. The next time you have both hands on your bar, hold, still no carriage movement, but you're gonna take a small bend and stretch through your arms. Again, can you feel as if you were pushing your heels of your hands down to your bar? Good, as you take these little mini tricep dips. Good. Great. Lower, lift. These do not have to be big, but the more that you actively push your hands down into your bar, hopefully, the easier that neck will feel and the more of that work you'll feel in the backs of your arms. Let's take 2 more. Great. Okay, next time you lengthen your arms, hold. You're gonna use that same tricep action. You're gonna use straight arms, however, as you move your carriage further away from your platform. And now push down into your hands to pull your carriage back towards your platform. Good. I haven't cued anything with the legs yet, and so I want you to find the amount of push through your legs that feels like it gives you the right amount of challenge, but doesn't start to make you grip in your shoulders. So this is an arm-focused movement as we glide the carriage open, and you push down to that bar, widen those collarbones, and open the chest. Good. Keep this small, especially if you're feeling any gripping. And just keep focusing on that push into the bar to glide yourself right back in. We're just gonna take 2 more. Last one. Yes. And then coming all the way back in. Come all the way down onto your back. Okay, continuing on with lighter arms, deeper core. Feet can find your foot bar, scoot yourself slightly away from your shoulder posts. Palms are gonna face in towards one another. I'm gonna feel like I'm doing a karate chop as I press my arms long down towards the side of my mat and then float right back up. So again, lighter with the arms so you can really feel that spreading open in your shoulders. And it's gonna start to really challenge that core. Maybe you're bringing your arms down towards more like a letter V by your side, so your arms, your fingertips can be just wider than the frame. Sometimes that will help as well. Good. Keep focusing on making space in the front of your chest here. Very nice. We're going to take this into a circle. So the next time the arms sweep down, you're just going to sweep those arms open and around, 5 in each direction. Keep focusing on that sensation that we found with the foot bar in that down stretch. So as you push down through those arms, you're feeling the triceps work, the lats work, and the neck gets to stay easy. Next circle, we reverse it. That's it. We've got 3. We're gonna be grabbing our ball again in 2. And last one, great. Excellent. Rest those feet down and hang up your straps. Okay, grab for your ball. Stay where you are and simply lift your hips and place your ball underneath your booty. And we're gonna do a little bit more work with the core. I'm gonna have us rest the hands on the shoulder blocks once again. Okay, you're gonna reach your right top of your foot underneath the foot bar, and you're gonna imagine that you could give a little sandwich to that foot bar. So your bottom foot is pushing up, your top foot is pushing down. And you're gonna take a little pulse out with the carriage for 8. Pulsing out with the carriage for 7. Pulsing out 6. If for any reason having your hands on the shoulder blocks, again, just puts more tension in your body, just ditch it. You can rest your hands on your ribs. You can open your arms to a letter T. Just keep playing around with it. We have last 2. And last one, switching feet. So you have one foot on top and the other foot underneath. You're actively pushing up with that bottom foot and down with the top foot. Pulse the carriage out for 8. Pulsing it out for 7. Pulsing it out for 6. Pulsing out for 5. Keep breathing here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Close that carriage. Now we're going to put both tops of your feet underneath the bar. Okay, actively push up underneath that foot bar. Small pulse for 8. Small pulse for 7. Small pulse for 6. Woo! Small pulse for 5. Again, keep it tiny. 4, we're going to take a rest. In 3, in 2, in 1. Feet come to the top of your foot bar. Woo! Okay, shall we try that again? I think so. So again, find your hands in a position that is going to work for you. Double feet underneath the bar again. You will feel a little bit wobbly, so hence pushing your hands somewhere on your carriage. Push those feet up underneath the bar, pulse out for 8. Pulse out for 7. Pulse out for 6. 5, almost there guys. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Close that carriage there. Whew. Okay, final time. You're going to put one of your feet underneath your foot bar and the other leg pointing up towards the sky. Okay, you're going to pulse the carriage again. 8 on each leg. Out for 8. Out for 7. Remembering that top leg can always be in tabletop. 6, if that feels better. 5, 4. We're going to immediately switch to the other side in 3. Keep it small. 2. Good. Moving it to the other side. Here we go. Press out for 8. And 7. And 6. Nice and stable. 5. Low abs. 4 are here. 3. 2. Good job there. Last one. And close up that machine. Woo! Take the ball out. Wonderful. We're going to set ourselves up for a brief feet in straps moment. So I'm going to adjust to 1 red and 1 blue and then bring it right back down on the back. Okay, ball stays with. Send your feet into your straps and then move the ball in between your ankles. We're going to harken back to where we started this class with a little bit of active inner thigh work. And let's place those little feet in the straps. We have the ball in between the ankles. All right, we're going to go for parallel bend and stretch to start. So we have straps aligned with the knees. You're going to begin to stretch those legs and then melt everything back on in. Good. Consider that core work that we were just doing with the ball and see if you can feel some of that echo still in your body. So those muscles that we just ignited right in between those hip bones, maybe a little bit in the quads, and up through the top of the ribs are still working for us as we come through this bend and stretch. And just like we did for the footwork, add in a little squeeze on that ball. Maybe it's when the legs fully stretch, or maybe it's the whole time. Add a little moment where you can hug in on that ball just a little bit more. We've got 3 more. We're going to move right into frog in 2. Last one, just external rotation. Keep that bend and stretch. If you need to adjust the ball at all, go for it. I'm going to save my squeeze on the ball for the very end. As my legs are extending, I'm feeling my upper inner thighs, a little bit of my cheeks squeeze together. There we go. We've got 3 and 2. And last one, hold legs elongated, lift and lower next. Floating legs up, keeping the tailbone down, squeeze the ball as you pull the legs back down towards 45. Lifting up, squeeze the ball as you lightly pull down towards that foot bar height. See if you can keep wrapping that external rotation in the thighs. Allow the hip flexors to be as soft as possible. Use the springs to support the legs. We've got 2 more here, guys. Yes. 1 more. You're gonna gently release the ball and move into open and close. You're gonna sweep the legs open and then draw heels together. I'm working at a low angle here with my legs. I'm trying to find that height of the legs that's right at my challenge point. Good, reaching through. Reaching through. Good, now last little series here. When I sweep my legs together, I'm just gonna cross my left heel over my right a little bit, and then I'm gonna switch to the other side, right heel over my left slightly. Good. It's not a perfect science, but you're doing a little tiny cross, one heel over the other. It's not going to be much more than that, just heel cross. I'm going to start to make the sweep open slightly smaller so that my focus is the in and in and in. Good. And in. That's it. Beautiful. 8, 7, inner thighs. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug those knees gently into the chest. Grab a hold of your straps. Give yourself a little happy baby stretch here. Heels reaching up towards the sky. Gently drawing your knees towards your armpits. Breathe into your back. And we are done.